Tonight is kind of a nice night on my back patio and talk about connection a little bit, because I have noticed that I think one of the things that we are all kind of seeking and looking for is connection, yet we're super disconnected. Why? Because when you look at what's happening, we're all on devices, we're all running, we're all doing amazing things, but we're just continually running. So how do you connect in a disconnected world is kind of my question. So I think that's one of the things that I'm going to look at today. One of the things that I look at is just simply asking. I know that sounds so basic, like it's like that's the most basic thing ever. But saying, hey, I'd like to go hang out, or maybe we'd like to go to a sporting event together, or maybe, you know what, I'll call you, like physically call you and talk to you versus text you. Or maybe it's that we're going to go to a movie together. So there's different ways that we can do that. It could be as simple as getting out of your space, because I know for some people, being in a space for too long can be very isolating. Why? Or it can be your comfort zone, which isn't always great either. So maybe you being alone in your own space is a good chance for you to reflect and like figure things out and engage. That's fantastic. Or if you're in there so long that you then just recycle the same ideas over and over again, don't challenge anything or meet new people or learn about new things or listen to new voices or anything like that, then it becomes a different issue, a different problem. So hopefully you have a chance to really look at that and go, okay, how can I get out of my house, be in a space I want to be in, and connect? Maybe you're an artist. If you're an artist, is there an art class near you? Are they doing pottery? Are they doing paint? Are they doing, drawing? Reading clubs are huge in the Norman area. Most of the bookstores and breweries have a reading club that you can go to. They're also doing like cultural connections, so they're bringing people together from different parts of the world, which is also fantastic. One of the ways you can connect is simply by saying, maybe it's an industry group. Do you belong to a certain career field, a job? You can get into that industry group. If you're teachers, maybe there's a teacher group. If you're a cook or chefs, maybe you can get with the chefs, and then you can put the chefs and the farmers together. Then the farmers and the chefs can get with architects. Then guess what? You're gonna have enough connections to create a restaurant. So it works out. So building these networks, building these connections is huge. Why? Because it also helps build a network that you can rely on, and you may have a spiritual network. Your spiritual network could be very diverse. Your spiritual network could be Christian, it could be Muslim, could be Hindu, could be Buddhist, could be a native religion, an indigenous religion. It could be non-religious. Hello, Sean. Nice to see you. It could be a whole different thing, and this is something that we need to also think about as well. Is our group diverse? Do we want it to be? For some people, they want it to be, just my family. Hello, Jamon Bread VR. So, ultimately, the cool thing about that is you have an opportunity to reach out. Now, there's also support groups, right? There's all the things that support, whether it's stress reduction or that you can get help, whether it's recovery groups or it is grief groups or it is activity groups. There's bicycle clubs. Oh my gosh, people like to ride a bike. Or running. Y'all that like to run, maybe you're runners and you want to get out there and run your 5 miles or 10 miles or 20 miles or however many miles, do an Ironman. The swimmers, of course, I've been in swimming in my life, so I understand that. There's all different opportunities for you to kind of get together. I've been in the wine world. I've been in the spirit world. So if you want to get into wine clubs, they're fantastic. They're fun, and you get together and you can go travel and enjoy each other's company. So that is very cool. Travel clubs. There's several people that like to go on cruises. If you're a cruise person, heads up for y'all. You all are unique. Why? Because you will go not once. You go once, and then it's like Frito-Lay's. You can't just do one. That's what cruise people are like. Excuse me. Once they do one, they just keep going and going and going and going. There's, of course, things like Toastmasters, where you get up and practice public speaking. And, of course, all the online platforms where you can connect to people in that way. But, again, the idea is this human connection. I will tell you one of the most basic versions of that really, for some reason, I felt something. And that was, I got to go into a Walmart and saw 7 cashiers. I know that sounds crazy, but very rarely anymore do you see cashiers. It's usually self-checkouts. So to see those cashiers there, it was nice. I went to one just because they were there. I thought, well, how awesome is that? So then The next thing, and I think the final thing that I want to leave you with, because it's going to be nice and short, I don't want to get too long on it, is in order to be a connected person, you have to be willing to share. And I think that that's the hardest part. It's not only that we're connecting, but it's that we're trying to connect on a level that we understand each other, that we're willing to open up, they're willing to be honest and vulnerable. And so there is a trust factor that if you are going to connect with someone else, that you trust that person and also that they trust you. So I encourage you when you are making connections, if they are on the personal level, that there's and business level, that there's a lot of trust. Because without trust, you don't have a whole heck of a lot. So make sure that who you are talking to and who you are building a relationship with and who you're engaging with is absolutely trust based. If it's not, then you need to find somebody else. You can always pray for my family and pray for health and wellness. And you can always pray for the world and always, again, these connections, healthy connections. I would love that. I would love that. I mean, hello, meaning Gixer? I don't know. I don't know the double X's are. But there you go. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe. Why? Because I have a whole lot more of stuff like this on my business and life channel. That's fantastic, where you can go deep dive into whole other topics. So self-help stuff and other things like that. I also have a Boy Dad for you guys that are raising sons. I've got a gardening channel for you guys that like to garden. I've got all things Norman. Thank you. Gixer just subscribed. I appreciate you very much. Mini Gixer, I should say. I appreciate it. Hello, Mr. Ghost 6036. So, yes, thank you so much. And you guys have a great evening. And I will hopefully be talking to you soon.